All right, welcome to the Franchise Time Machine. Max, thank you for the raid. Jeff the Jar, good seeing you. Yeah, Max, I was surprised to see you on, and then I heard you start talking on the mic. I didn't even know Dr. Dynastic had turned on the mothership today. Speaking of the Mariners, I saw that the Mariners beat the Cubs today, 6-3. Did you see that? I just saw the scores, but I'm gonna go back and watch the DVR of that. So yeah, that was interesting. I'm a little disappointed that I missed out on my mothership packs, but I'm glad that Max carried the raid over to us. Jeff says they keep starting spring training earlier and earlier. I think they actually score more runs in spring training games than 6-3. So yeah, appreciate the raid. I did hear the rant. It is hard when your team is not well run. So I have a lot of experience with that. Being a Mets fan, being a Knicks fan, I will say the Seahawks are probably the best run of the teams that I follow. Like as a fan, I always hope, you know, I wish there could be some sort of referendum process to replace ownerships groups that are not vested in trying to win. But then I always remember that, the whole purpose of the leagues is to serve the owners, not to serve the fans. So, it's very rare that a league will take action against an owner. So I thought what I do tonight is the actual 200th episode because I did an unplanned episode on Christmas night, and which is which is fine though because I think we're celebrating the 200th on Friday. It doesn't have to be the 200th. But what I thought I'd do is I thought I'd recreate the very first experiment that I ever streamed, and I've actually learned a lot more about the base game than I even knew then, and I know way more about streaming than I knew then. So I thought it'd be a fun thing to do. And now that we have pack giveaways, we can guess how the stream's gonna come out. So the very first sim I did was I took the 1986 Mets and I replaced the 1962 Mets. Well, let me say that differently. I replaced the 1962 Mets in 1962 with the world champion 1986 Mets. And the plan was I was going to replace every Mets team with the 86 Mets just to see how well they would do. And so one of the first things is if you just take the 86 Mets roster, you're actually not getting the World Series team. So the first thing I was going to do was find the playoff roster and make sure it's that team that we're bringing back because that's the team that I always think of. So already it'll be a little different from the first sim. And so we'll do the pack quiz around that. I might try to do a set of pack rips. But the first thing I wanted to do was see if I can get Max's voice onto the stream. He was helping me try to set this up. Okay, so this screen has the Discord Stream Kit vocal source in it, I think. Wait a second. It's not showing up in my audio mixer. Hmm. Well, let's see what happens. Max is in the lobby. Are you there, Max? I can hear you. I don't know if the stream can hear you though. Hey Jeff, can you hear Max talking? No. Okay. Well, I might have to turn on desktop audio. Audio. Now I think they can hear you.
Okay.
Now I think they can hear you.
I think you can hear me now. Okay. Oh yeah, you can hear me because I have yours on. I think you can hear me now. Okay. Oh
Okay,
yeah,
the
you can hear me
problem
because
though
I have
is
yours on. I think you can hear me
since
now.
I have you
Okay.
on
Oh yeah,
via
you can hear
desktop
me because
audio,
I have
any
yours on.
sounds that the computer makes will
Oh yeah,
be
you can hear me.
broadcast in the stream.
Yeah. Can you show me your screen? Because there should be a share screen option in your lobby so I could see it. Share screen option in your lobby so I could see it. Share screen option in your lobby so I could see it. You're gonna have to show me your OBS if. Oh, wait, you only have the one screen, do you? You're gonna have to show me your OBS if.
No, I've got two
Oh, wait,
screens.
you only have the one screen, do you? You're gonna have to show me your OBS if.
No, I've got two
Oh,
screens.
wait, you only have the one screen, do you? Let me see your OBS screen. Oh, wait, you only have the one screen, do you? Let me see your OBS screen. Okay, so mute the audio for the moment. Desktop audio for the moment.
Okay. That's right here. Is this not it? This a sort an audio input? Yeah. Audio input capture? Okay. I'll call it Discord. Oh, is it in Discord? Sorry, everybody. You're hearing the sausage being made. Yeah. Application. Oh, yeah. Application artifactor. Okay, beta. Yes, asking for the window. Yeah. So I select Discord exe. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't see. I see it on the. I see it on the screen, right? Okay. Yeah. Properties. Yeah. Yeah, just using the same pull downs I had before. The window, which is set to Discord, and the window match priority. We just need to show up in the mixer, right? Everything else seems to be set. Hide in mixer, but it's not even in the mixer. Order. Oh, add. Add. It's already in. Input device. Oh, yeah. Let me switch that to the microphone, right? I know. That's what I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to get it to show up in there. Yep. Oh, if I undo active sources only, there's Discord and Discord Steam Kit. But they're showing as inactive. How do I do that? Do you see the screen? Am I? Are you still seeing that? Oh, yeah. There's no like toggles or anything to switch them from inactive to active. What if I try to? Yes. It's when I uncheck that is when I see the discords. What if I create it as an audio input capture? And then I call it Discord audio input. Oh. Oh yeah, okay. Alright. Just yeah. And then device is well it's not really a device though. Yeah, it's not showing up. Yeah, yeah. It did nothing. So I went to OBS settings, and there's an audio tab. So there's desktop audio default. There's desktop audio 2 disabled. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they're not showing up in the mixer. It's like abbreviated, so I can't see. It says at m dot 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 dash Discord. I wonder if the M is for Max. Okay, mine only says. I don't think mine says lobby. For window, there's OOTP 25.exe. There's Discord.exe. There's Chrome.exe. There's only one Discord one. But mine doesn't say lobby. It says at M, which is probably at Max. But it just says dot dot dot. So I can't see what it actually is. When I right click, when I right click, oh, it says set channel status, open chat, edit channel, yup, lobby, bit rate, audio quality. Oh, permissions, yeah. Private channel, advanced permissions, view channel, manage permissions, manage webhooks, create invite, connect. Is it connect? All right. I think the main problem is it's just not seeing the source as an audio source. Are you around during the day tomorrow? Do you want to try it like late morning or something? Oh yeah, yeah. Let's do that. Let's do that. Okay. Awesome. All right. Thank you, Max. I appreciate it. All right. Now let's see. How do I? Oh, Max just gets out of it. Okay. All right. Sorry, everybody. I know that was probably riveting content for everybody. Max is trying to help me get audio set up for the stream tomorrow. So, for those of you who might not know yet, tomorrow we're having a celebration, 200th episode anniversary celebration. OOTP has given us 5 hours of franchise time machine specific drops. So you can get 5 affiliate drops by watching Max in the morning. I believe Dr. Danask is still doing his regular Friday, both OOTP developments and Dr. Danask streams. So that's 5 more from the mothership. And then you can get 5 hours of special drops from me. I don't know how many packs that's going to end up being, but I think it'll be at least 10 additional packs. So I wanted that to be like my gift to the community, because of course there's no 200 streams if no one's watching. So we'll have special drops, and then we'll also have pack giveaways throughout the night. We're gonna do several community games, including Max. I don't know what game you want to play, but we had Max scheduled, or Max would just come on and talk about his online league that I want to learn more about. And so we'll have 10 pack giveaways like normal when we try to guess the outcome of the experiments or the streams. We'll have 5 pack giveaways for every pack ripping session that I do. So we'll be giving away packs all week. Oh, Max is going for the classic version of Creator Roster, trying to knock the Daywalker, EVC, and NYC2 off of the leaderboard. That is awesome. I feel like people have stopped doing that as much. So I'm glad I'm glad Max is trying to take on EVC there. That'll be fun. That'll be fun. Max, I will send you the form again in case you need it. Or have you already submitted yours? Let me check real quick here. Some of our games require submitting some information in advance. So let me see here. Okay, Max will need the form. I'm going to send it to him real quick in Discord. All right, Max just sent you the link. Oh, Max also just sent me a video. I will check that out, try to set the audio up. Thank you, Max. And the game that Max is going to play, the game that Spore is going to play, all of those are open to the community. They're just channel point redemptions. So anyone who's in our community can redeem some channel points and play. But for tomorrow, I am going to try to focus on having folks on who are either fellow affiliate streamers or OOTP streamers who are not yet affiliates, and I think I would like to see become affiliates. So having them share with you how they stream the game, when you can find them on, and basically try to get them a little more exposure and help them on their path towards affiliate status. Because I know for me, it made a really big difference having that affiliate status, being able to give drops, and just being part of the affiliate community, just getting a little more connectivity and exposure. So want to help them along that path. All right, so let's do the pack giveaway form for tonight's sim. Let's see. Let me find a good one to copy. We usually start with a form from an earlier sim. Okay, I think this one will be good. Let me copy this and I'll put it up on the screen. Okay, let me put this on the screen. Okay, so again, the premise is the 1986 Mets replacing the 1962 Mets. In tonight's stream, we will be recreating our first ever simulation on stream, sending the 1986, the world champion, world champion, 1986, back in time to replace the 40 and 120 1962 New York Mets. We will use the 1986 Mets playoff roster. And the 1962 MLB run environment. Okay, the experimental details, standard 1962 season. Now the modifiers are going to be on to recreate the feel of the era in the season. Everything else is per our usual simulations. No injuries, no suspensions, no trades, and so on. Okay. Your OTP ID needs to be is case sensitive, so please make sure that's correct so we can get you packs. As usual, it's 7 packs for first place, 3 packs for second place. So there are no playoffs in 1962. So this question can go away. Actually, let's add a question here. Will this team have the best record in the majors? Yeah, Foxhill says I can use it as a test to see if people are paying attention. I guess this should come after the World Series question, because you can make it to the World Series and not have the best record in the majors. And then will this team win the World Series? Will a player on this team win the Cy Young Award? Will a player on this team win the MVP? We changed the settings so that pitchers cannot win the MVP. How many regular season games will this team win? There's no actual for this one because we're replacing the entire 62 Mets, so we'll just delete that. Will be the highest WAR generated by any of this team's players? Will be the regular season batting average, the team that leads the team in batting average. We use 300 plate appearances, though, not the MLB batting title threshold. So just that's in case that's impacts your guesses. And what will be the ERA, lowest ERA? Oh, hold on. I've got breaking news on Discord from Dr. Dynastic. Let me see what he just sent me. Dr. D is taking himself off the schedule after the main channel stream. That should open up 12:30 and beyond. Oh, I think that's awesome. Although that now means I'll be streaming for 12 hours. Okay, that's awesome. So then let me let Spore know. Okay, that's awesome. So now we can probably, if because Spore was a little worried that it was going to potentially conflict with a dinner plan he had, but now we'll be starting way before the original plan time. So okay, so now it looks like we'll be starting around 12:30 Pacific time, which will be great. Hopefully, we'll get the big raid from Dr. Dynastic and the Mothership. We'll have a lot more time now to get everyone's community games in. I was starting to get a little worried about shoehorning all the people in. So now we can do that and have plenty of pack ripping sessions in between, which means way more pack giveaways. And it means I can make a dent in these 15,000 packs I have. So that is exciting, fun news. Awesome. Okay, and then the last tiebreaker is what's the highest OPS from this team? Jeff, I'm glad you're looking forward to it. I mean, the main reason I wanted to do it was to give the community back, you know, drops and packs, and so the more the merrier. I'm glad you're excited about it. I'm very excited about it. Okay, I think this form is ready to go. That was pretty quick. So the quicker we get it done, the quicker we can post it, and the more time everyone has to answer their questions. All right. Posting in the chat. Link to form for tonight's 10-pack giveaway. And as always, you do not have to be present to win, so you can go ahead and submit a form and then take off if you have to go to bed or whatever it is you have to do. You do not have to be here when we finish the stream to collect your packs. And of course, as always, thank you to OOTP Developments for giving us the packs to give away. All right. Oh, we need to do a little baseball reference research. Because I need the playoff roster for the 86 Mets. Let me find the roster first, then I'll put it up on the screen. Oh, I need to create, I don't have, so this is on the new computer. I don't have my usual BREF scene. Okay, there we go. I have a new source now, or new scene now. This is the Mets roster, but I need to figure out the playoff roster. Oh, there it is. It's just another tab. Okay. So basically all we need to do is get... why is it a 22-person roster? There's no way they took 8 pitchers to the playoffs. That's weird. Like, one of the people I always look for in the rosters is Terry Leach. Because he should be on there. And Calvin Schiraldi should not be on there. This is very odd. Roster. Yeah, here's the Mets 40-man roster. Okay, Terry Leach is there. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. It is 25 players. Terry Leach is on it. He's like my litmus test. Kevin Mitchell is not on it. He's also part of the litmus test. What I don't understand is why Bobby Ojita's down here. And Jesse Orozco. Orozco definitely played in the World Series. Oh no, this is just a continuation of the list in alphabetical order. So it's way more than 25. So why are there too many people on here? This is the full season 40-man roster. So who's playoff eligible? Is that shown anywhere? It is not shown anywhere. Two, three, four. Maybe go to, yeah, stats is where I had the original, then it had only 22 players. Oh wait, now there's more. Now there's 36 players. Oh, that's right. When I go to playoffs, it only shows 22 players. Oh, what if I go to roster? What if I take out anyone who doesn't have a salary? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 don't have a salary. It's still too many players. Yeah, you can sort by salary. I think that's still too many players, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. There's too many players. If I look at this list and had to guess, it would be Tim Corcoran and Kevin Mitchell who would come off. I thought it would be very easy to just look up 1986 Mets playoff roster, but apparently it's not that easy. Well, I think also Mitchell was not on the playoff roster. Hold on, I'm looking for additional sources. Oh, here's StatMuse has the 1986 Mets postseason roster. And they have 25 players on it. Gibbons is on there. Oh, Corcoran is on there. Uh, I was right though about Mitch. Well, Mitchell not being on it. Wait, I don't think this is right though. I don't think that's right either. Hold on, let me find another one. You think the StatMuse one is right? Here, let me put the StatMuse one up on screen. Actually, let me count the number of pictures first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, it has way too many pictures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It has 15 pictures and 10 position players. So it's definitely not right. You would think this would be an easier thing to find. Maybe I should look up postseason roster. It's crazy that this is this hard to find. How is it this hard? I can find the starting lineup for the postseason. It's so weird. So the problem with this is the full season roster. And the problem with the stats view is if I do the playoff tab, it only shows 22 players, which is also not correct. Interesting. Schedule and results. What more team info? Other. Batting orders, no. What if we go to detailed stats? Is there any way to show... See, if I go to playoffs, it only shows 8 pitchers. That's definitely not right. I thought this was going to be a very easy thing to figure out. Okay, well, first things first. I just realized I have to do a perfecto draft because it's going to fire in 30 minutes. So let me knock that out real quick. These perfecto drafts, since all these new cards have come into the meta, are so fun now. Except when you get a round where it's all launch 100s. That does suck. You just sold that John Lester card? How did you get... Did you win one? Oh, is that one of the ones you won in your... when you won your PTCS? No, the PT... That was the PTMS one. Okay. I like the card. I usually grab it when I see it. Oh, here's the Pedro. Nice. Let's take Buck Ewing. I only have 2 catchers left coming. Okay, if I take Snuffy, then Frisch can play short or third. Although I do need outfielders, and I have this Oscar Charleston here. Oh, the 103 Satchel Paige, so good. Ellie, nice. Corbin Carroll, really good VR. Oh. I guess I'm not taking Kurt Schilling because I've got Dave Brown and Bob Feller here. I have 1 catcher left, so I have to take whatever catcher I get. Okay, and I think we'll take Ben Zobrist. I could use the flexibility. Last round. Okay, I've got 12 pitchers. I've been taking 13 for these perfectos because the batters are way stronger than the hitters, but I kind of want to take this George Brett and the Tip O'Neill. So can I get away with 12 pitchers? Okay, first of all, where would Brett play? I mean, Brett's going to play. I guess Zimmerman would go to second base VL. Maybe DH VR. Or Heine could go to D. Okay, we'll figure it out. We can always use George Brett. What about pitching wise? Okay, I've got a lot of starters in the bullpen. There's a ton of stamina on this team, so maybe I can get away with 12. It does suck to pass up on this Glavin, but maybe I don't need Tip O'Neill. All right, good luck with your pack rips, Jeff. Here, let me give you something before you go. Let me send you off to your pack rip for this. There you go. Good luck, buddy. All right, let's see. Okay, I am going to take the Glavin, and I'm going to take the Brett. Let me just make sure I don't need Tip O'Neill in the outfield. Oh, I kind of do need. Zobrist is backing up 2 out of 3 outfield spots and his second backup. And we have a starter back. Okay, I need another outfielder. So do I pass up on the Glavin or do I pass up on the Brett? This Brett's so good VR. I don't know. I kind of feel like I need 13 pitchers, though. Do I do this? All right, I'm going to roll the dice and assume that I have enough with 11 starting pitchers and 1 reliever. Oh, no, wait. It says I have... Hold on. Let me see what I have here. No, I have a ton of stamina here. Everyone except Saito has over 90 stamina. I think I'm okay taking 12 pitchers. I'm trying to talk myself out of taking 13 pitchers. Yeah, okay. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I did it. It's done. Set my strategy. Set my rotation. Let's see. I have too many lefties in the pen. Chris Sale is going in for Clemens. Now within the rotation, I want the Pedro first. Yep. I think I want the Satchel. Yeah, Satchel, then Feller, then Brown, then Sale. Okay, yeah, that's good. Okay, now who's my stopper? Cliff Lee or Bill Foster? Cliff Lee. Or no, is it John Lester? It might be John Lester. Oh, it's John Lester. Okay, and then Saito only has the stamina for setup. Wheeler or Clemens? Who's my stopper? They're both pretty similar. Wheeler's going to be my stopper. Now, do I want to leave Grover, Cleveland, Alexander as my closer? Because with 2 stoppers, he's not going to get as much action. Okay, you know what? I'm going to make him my right-handed stopper. Make Wheeler my closer. There we go. Okay, and then the lineups. Buck Ewing both ways. Is Ellie Dela Cruz really on the bench? They want to start him at least VR. 'Cause, 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 'C Frisch is better VL, so let's start Elliott second VR. I like that. Edgar's DHing. We'll have Oscar second instead of Pop Lloyd. Or no, Ellie second. I like that. And then Brett. Then Edgar. McGriff. Evans. Charleston. Ewing. Lloyd. Okay. And then first lefties. Okay, good. It's not start. Okay, it's platooning O'Neill for Carroll versus lefties, which is my intent when I grabbed O'Neill. So that's good. We'll go Charleston. I like Edgar batting third VL. And then O'Neill. Okay. Let's look at depth. Okay, VL. I don't think I want Carroll being second VL. Zobrist. And I'm here with Zimmerman getting some run here of VL. Let's see, Brett VL versus Zimmerman. Oh man, Brett's still better, even though Zimmerman's a righty. It's basically 20 points of BABIP. Oh no, Zimmerman's got him on BABIP and power. Brett just has him on I. So yeah, we'll get Zimmerman some run VL. And then also give Brett some rest. Okay, and then is anyone going to have the green light to run? Yes, Ellie. Frisch. Carroll. And we'll give Zobrist a little bit of runway too. All right. Okay. Thanks for bearing with me, y'all. That is done. So we still have the question of the Mets playoff roster. How is it this hard to find a postseason roster? I'm doing a separate Google search right now. How about Wikipedia? Okay, here's what's on Wikipedia. This is way too many players, though. Well, they have a whole write-up on Game 6. That's awesome. Yeah, okay. They also do not have a definitive postseason roster. And I don't like using the roster in the 86 season because that's a preseason roster. Right, so Mitchell's on it. Terry Leach is not on it. I mean, this is the closest we've come. If we go by salary, and we don't take Mitchell, because I'm like 99% sure Mitchell was not on that postseason roster. I know Danny Heap was on it. He had a big pinch hit in the World Series. I think Max might have been right about Gibbons. Because Ed Hearn was a backup catcher. I think Gibbons is also a catcher. Yeah, so Gibbons. So how many players is that? One, two. Oh, it undoes the sword if you change strings and come back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 to McDowell. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. If you take off Mitchell, oh, that's still 26. I don't think Tim Corcoran was on that postseason roster. But the other one I'm sure about is Randy Neiman. He might have been. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to take these top 28 salaries and subtract Tim Corcoran, Kevin Mitchell, and John Gibbons. That also solves the problem we had with the simulations where the AI kept putting Kevin Mitchell in all the time. Because he had a good season. I mean, he didn't have his breakout San Francisco Giants season yet, but he was good. Oh, no. The other person who doesn't belong on here, I think, is Kevin Elster. Oh, and Terry Leach does belong on here, and he's way down here. Okay, this method doesn't work because Terry Leach has to be on here. Shoot. How is there not a playoff roster? I wonder if I can find... If we cobble together enough box scores, does everyone play? Okay, here are the box scores. Between the playoffs and the World's, I wonder if I can get enough roster info. Oh, Mitchell was on the postseason roster. I stand corrected. So we know them. Okay, Mitchell is on. That helps a lot. Game 3. There's Danny Heap. I knew Heap. Oh, yeah, that's right. He DHVR. I'm not getting a lot of help with the pitchers, though. Oh, Kevin Elster was on the postseason roster. Man, my kid memory was not as good as I thought it was. Yeah, they didn't go deep enough into the pen in these games to know. All right, what if we go to the NLCS? Still the same pitchers. Okay, Doug Sisk is on there. I haven't seen Terry Leach yet, though. I did not think it would be this hard to cobble together a postseason roster from 1986. Because I'm pretty sure Terry Leach is on here, but I was also pretty sure that Maggot is on here. Oh no, sorry. This is the end of the regular season. This is expanded roster. That's why Stan Jefferson is up. That's why Maggot is up. Yeah, I'm not getting any clues here on what the bullpen looked like. Hey, Marbeck, welcome in. All right, we're gonna do our best to figure this out. Okay, so as usual, we need to create a notepad file or a txt file. I'm going to use Notepad for it. Alright, so I'm going to be looking up here in the URL for the player ID, which is right up here in the corner. Okay, so we're just going to start populating this. Carter, but no R because it's the first 5 letters. GA01, 1986, and then FTM for Franchise Time Machine. We know the backup catcher was Ed Hearn. So I'll add him. You know, I'm just going to copy this and we'll just paste it each time. There we go. Little shortcuts. First base we know was Keith Hernandez. Second base we know was a platoon of Wally Backman, who has a great iron card out right now. Especially VR, but the fielding on that card is especially surprising to me. Very strong fielding ratings for a guy I never really thought of as a strong fielder. Then we need his platoon mate, Tim Tufol. So growing up, I always thought it was Tuffle, but then recently I learned it's Tufol. $26 packs, and the best was a diamond. 94 Stan Kovaleski. Jeff, we're not able to find a definitive postseason roster, so I'm going to just do my best to piece it together. So at third base, we had a platoon of Ray Knight and Howard Johnson. I remember that. Yeah, it's crazy. I looked all over. And then Howard Johnson. And at shortstop, Rafael Santana. And then looking at those box scores, I didn't remember Kevin Elster. I know he got called up the next year, but he was on the postseason roster. Oh, Barry Basher, I was trying to find a definitive 1986 New York Mets postseason roster. So that we can bring the right players into the simulation. And everybody, there is a form for tonight's 10-pack giveaway pinned to the chat. And Barry Basher, anyone who's come in recently, Dr. Danasik is not doing his personal stream after the mothership. So we will start the anniversary stream at 12:30 Pacific time tomorrow. A little earlier than expected, but that gives a lot more time to do a bunch of stuff I was hoping to do. So I think it's a good thing. It just also means I have to pace myself throughout the day so I don't run out of gas. Kevin Elster. Okay, then left field, we had... So I'm pretty sure Foster was on the postseason roster. Well, we know Danny Heap was. Let's put Danny Heap in there. Because Wilson and Dykstra were platooning in center field. And Heap was DHing VR in the AL Parks. So I'm pretty sure that means Foster was playing left field. And he also might have been platooning with Heap in the NL Parks. And then we get to the Dykstra-Wilson platoon. Yeah, Barry Basher, when we looked at the playoffs, though, there were only 22 Mets on that list. So it didn't seem usable. And then Wilson was his platoon mate. There's Mookie. And then, of course, in right field was Strawberry. How many is that? One. That's 15. So that seems like one too many. No, that's 14. That's 14. They might have carried 15, though, back then. Oh, Lee Mazzilli was on the team for sure. So they must have carried 11 pitchers then. They might have carried 10. Is there another name that jumps out at me as like definitely being on the roster? Oh, Barry Rusher, can you whisper it to me? I don't think you can send me links in the chat. If it's the, well, let me see what it is. If it's the one I'm thinking of, it has 15 pictures in it. Yeah, the StatMuse one, we did look at that too. It has too many pictures. So it's cut off at 25. I think it's a full roster, and they're just showing the top 25. But we did take a look at that one. But thank you for trying. I just realized too, this notepad is tiny. Let me expand it. There you go. That should be a little easier to read. Okay, let's go to pictures. Although I'm doing a scan here to make sure that no one's jumping out at me as someone I saw in the box scores. I think we're good. So let's go with starting pitchers. So we know Gooden for sure. All right, we know. Well, let's go starter. We'll go rotation. All right, we know Ojeda for sure. We know Ron Darling for sure. We know Sid Fernandez for sure. And we know Rick Aguilera for sure. He was like the 5th starter swingman that year. Okay, then we get into the bullpen. So I know definitely Terry Leach. He's the one I always look for to test a roster to see how accurate it is. McDowell and Orozco for sure. Doug Sisk for sure. Okay, that's 24. We have one more pitcher. I actually think it might be Randy Neiman. Is there a game log for him? How do I get to a game log for an individual player? Oh, postseason pitching did not pitch, but he's listed here. So, okay, here's a test. Does Randy Myers have that same thing? Because he was not on that postseason roster. He does not. So did not pitch, I think, means he was on the roster but did not pitch. Okay, so it is Randy Neiman. My memory is not as bad as I thought it was. All right. I think he's our last guy. Mystery solved. So now this text file is all we need. Save as. Where should we put these? Let me make a folder. Rosters. And we'll call this 1986 New York Mets playoff roster. So could one technically put a 1986 version of Cy Young on the roster? Yes, but here's what would happen, because I did this by mistake, and this is how I learned how to do it. He will be like 100 years old. And so there is no statistical record for a 100-year-old Cy Young. So the AI is just going to replace the stats with basically no ratings. So he'll be like a terrible pitcher. But you could import him, yes, onto a 1986 version of Cy Young. It did inspire 2 simulations we did. So I was importing my favorite all-time Major League players, and I had a typo in there. And so it brought someone like Willie Mays or Hank Aaron in as a 50-year-old. And we looked at his profile because like, oh, he has a profile. But it was completely nerfed. So we then tried that with the whole roster. We made the whole roster 50 years old. And I think they won like 3 games. And then I brought everyone in as a 15-year-old. And they won like 7 games. So apparently AI thinks high school versions of Legend players would beat 50-year-old versions of Legend players, which might be accurate. But the game is not good at like extrapolating beyond the statistical record of a player. Which kind of makes sense though, because that's not its job. Alright, so we're going to start the simulation here. We're going to make it a new game. Historical game. And we're going to be in 1960. Oh, sorry, 1962. We're not going to bother with minor leagues. We don't need expansion. '86 Mets in 1962. All right, and I'm going to need to take a little quick break here before we start the import. So I'm going to roll some ads. And I will see you all shortly. Oh, Barry Basher sent me another link. Let's see what it is. Ultimate Mets database. Interesting. Okay, that's a full roster. Regular season. League championship batting statistics. Okay, this is what I suspected. When you click on playoffs on BREF, it's only showing the players who got into the games. Because that's the same number of players we have here. But this is an interesting presentation. And then Barry Basher also sent me a baseball almanac link. '86 World Series facts. Oh, the 24-man roster. Oh, it was 24-man back then. That's right. That's right. So Elster was on it. So we do have him in there. Randy Neiman was on there, but we got a DNP. So we were right about him. Mazzilli was on there, so we're right about him. I have a 25-man, though, so who did I add that shouldn't be on there? Don't tell me Terry Leach isn't on there. Terry Leach is not on there. So was he traded? Because he's also not on the opening day roster. So was he acquired and traded? Okay, I gotta look him up now. Let's look up Terry Leach. Yeah, Barry Besher, that baseball almanac one is perfect. It was way down at the bottom, but that's exactly what I was looking for. So thank you for that. So we should be able to find his transactions. Because Terry Leach is the one who's never on the opening day rosters, but he's a big part of the team because he goes, I think, 11-2. Oh, maybe. I wonder if he was called up then because he re-signed with the Mets in '84 after being traded by them in '83. And he's not traded away till '89, so he's not on the playoff roster. That's interesting because this is why that's surprising, is because, well, also it's also not surprising because, all right. Oh, I see. Okay. I've been thinking of his 87 stats, not his 86 stats. Okay, so Terry Leach is not on it. Because he goes 11-1 in 87. And he was 3-4 in 85. He must have been down in AAA then, most of 86, or injured. Okay. Yeah, Barry Basher, thank you. Mystery solved. So we're going to take Terry Leach off the roster. Oops. Okay, this is why you can't trust your childhood memory. All right, I saved it now as a 24-man roster, not a 25-man. Actually, let's check that too. Oh, well, this is now we're in the 62. So what does the 62 Mets roster look like? They have 25. So should we add someone back in? It's surprising too. With only a 24-man roster, there were still so many DNPs. Oh, actually, Kevin Mitchell did get 8 at bats. All right, so we can add Kevin Mitchell in. The only downside of that is the AI loves Kevin Mitchell on this roster. Barry Brasher said, looks like teams chose to carry 24 instead of 25 for 86 to 89 because of rising salaries. That's interesting. Okay, so I've added Kevin Mitchell back in. All right. Okay, so now let me do that ad roll. But thank you, Barry Basher. That was awesome. All right. All right, looks like we're back. So the 10-pack giveaway form is up in the chat to guess how this team's going to do in 1962. It is a 154 game season. I probably should have put that in the form, but oh no, sorry, it was a 160 game season. And there is something interesting too about the records. Because if you actually look up the Mets record, there was somewhere, I think it was on BREF. Let me find it. I did put the record. It was 40 and 120. I did put it in the form. Yeah, if you look at BREF, this is interesting. The record is actually shows as 40, 120, and 1. And I think there was something, I remember looking this up when I first noticed that. Let's see if I can find it. It was hard to find, but there was something about right. So it was September 9th. And let me see if I can find a good recap of this. So the game was called after 8 innings. So you can see here, it ends at 7-7 after 8 innings. And somewhere I had found a good explanation of like what had happened and why that decision was made. But I'll have to find it some other time. Okay, so we are going to clear out this roster for the 62 Mets, including Mets legend, or sorry, original Met Richie Ashburn, future pitching coach and manager Roger Craig, Frank Thomas, not that Frank Thomas, also future manager Don Zimmer. Actually, this might be an interesting team to play Peak Performers with. So Peak Performers is one of our game night games where you can take 5 players from your team and replace them with whatever you decide the peak version of those players are. And it's really good for teams that have washed up players or players that are about to become superstars, or a combination of both. Right? Like a peak Richie Ashburn would help this team a ton. A peak Gil Hodges would be really nice. Even a peak Bob Miller. Actually, his peak was not that great. He did pitch a long time, but I didn't realize he did not really have a peak. How about Frank Thomas? Not that Frank Thomas. Yeah, we could grab one of these like 30 home run seasons for Frank Thomas. Although he did do well for the 62 Mets, so maybe we just keep him as is. But yeah, I might play peak performers of the 62 Mets someday. Jim Hickman goes on to have a decent career, right? We can take this 1970 Cubs season. Because you can go backwards or forwards in time to grab their peak. Al Jackson. We can roll him forward to when he's a little bit better. I like Gil Hodges. Right, we can go back to the 50s and take a 40 or 42 home run hitting Gil Hodges. That would be cool. All right, that's it. I'm doing peak performers of the 62 Mets one of these days. That'll be fun. Okay, so, but for now, we're going to delete their roster. And we're going to go to the free agency screen. This is where we create players or create a roster and we import players for our sims like this one. From historical database. And up here is where you can import players one at a time. But you'll note it doesn't give you a oh, wait. If you'll recall, the way I set up our file is the destination is FTM for Franchise Time Machine. So we need to go back and change this Mets team's 3-letter abbreviation to FTM. So now they are ready to accept our creative players. All right, so now, oops. And up here, you'll notice there is no option for a destination. So they all go into the free agency screen. That's another reason using this file is much better. Oh, where is the file? There it is. All right. So current ratings would be real stats. Fielding ratings on. So now normally, if we're cobbling together a bunch of historical players, I would set this to 3-year period or entire career. So you have the flexibility of, like for Jackie Robinson, he's played first base, he's played second base, he's played left field. You would get all of those. But for a season sim like this, we're pulling in the 86 Mets. I'm going to leave this as imported season. This is the only time I leave this as imported season. Now, we don't want anyone getting nerfed for having too few at-bats, so we're going to take this way down. Same here. Okay, now we should end up with 25 players. 25 players imported. Now, the other thing we're going to do just as a check is we're going to look to see, do the star ratings look right? Because as I was telling Jeff the Jar earlier, when I put someone in as a 50-year-old by mistake, they showed up as a half-star player. And we're not seeing any half-star players. Even Doug Sisk, who probably could have been a half-star player some years, right? He's showing up as his full 2.5 stars. So this looks good. Now for strategy. I looked in PT24 and they did not have Davey Johnson in here. But I am going to check PT25. Yeah, there's no Davey Johnson. I wonder if I asked them for that, if that's something they can put together. I don't know if you knew this. There's a bunch of like manager profiles in here, which is pretty cool. Sparky Anderson, Tony La Russa. But we're going to go with traditional, I think. They're not quite small ball. Is it tactician? No, because they didn't do as much. I think it's just traditional. Okay, then let's go to the pitching staff. And I'm going to do my best to kind of remember. Aguilera was definitely the fifth starter. I want to say this is right. Ojeda. Wait a second. Do we really only have 9 pitchers? That doesn't sound right. Is that right? Does that mean we have 16 batters? All right, let me go back to that link Barry Basher sent, because that was the best roster I've seen. Who are we missing from the pitching staff? Randy Neiman is in there. Doug Sisk is on there. Ojeda. McDowell. Wait, how many pitchers are on this list? Aguilera, Darling, Fernandez, Gooden, McDowell, Neiman, Ojeda, Orozco, Sisk. Wow, they really did only carry 9 pitchers. No, that's true. That's true, Barry Basher. You're right. In the playoffs, usually only start 4. And I know that's because Sid Fernandez he came out of the pen for a few games, so he was probably actually more like down here. And to Barry Basher's point, I think we should probably run a 4-man rotation in 62. Now this is, I'm going to try to recreate. So they kind of were co-closer, close setup men. And I think everyone else is pretty much kind of like middle relief. Okay. So we'll run that. And then for the lineups, okay, so Dykstra and Wilson platooned in center field. Bachman and Tuffle platooned at second base. Hernandez, I think it was Hernandez, Carter, Strawberry. And then Santana at short, yes. It was Howard Johnson at third, V right. And this is where I think it was. But Foster didn't play in the postseason, but he played a bunch in the regular season, so. Who got more at bats? Heap or Mazzilli? Oops. Heap got 227 plate appearances. And Mazzilli only got 120. Mitchell had 363. That's actually more than I would have thought. And Foster had 256. I mean, check out this dude. 52 bombs, 40 bombs. Peak Foster was something else. So I think we'll go... Wait, how many plate appearances did he get? He had 256. So we'll put him in VL, which he's already there. And then VR, we'll put in Danny Heap. But then we'll make Mitchell like second, the backup in both. That way he'll get enough he'll get more plate appearances too. So generate depth charts. Okay, Mitchell. I know Mitchell backed up third. And he backed up left field. Okay, and then VL. He'll also back up Mitchell. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. All right, now let's do the game setup. Make sure that's all right. Coaching is off. Injury is off. Suspension is off. Man, how glad am I that Barry Basher was in the chat today. Barry Basher says Turney has 1961 to 1979 as 5 starting pitchers, 5 relief pitchers, with pitch counts around 160. Well, that's interesting. You know, another place we can go to check that too is if you go under stats and AI. Yeah, you're right. It is recommending 5-man rotation with 4 relievers. So let's go back and change that back. And then what we'll do is allow starting pitchers in relief. We'll put yes. But we'll just do it with force roll starting pitcher. That should work. Oh no, it still shows them up there. Okay, let me undo that then. I think we can do individual strategy. Allow. Oh, I thought there'd be allow. I want to let Aguilera be a swingman. Oh, you know what? I wonder if I should do it this way. And his role is emergency starting pitcher. Not Neiman. Sorry, not Neiman. Aguilera. All right, this will be an interesting test. We'll see if we get the right results this way. Because I want Aguilera to get 10 to 20 starts. But he should only be starting when the other 4 are not available. I'm surprised it doesn't just let you do individual case by case starting pitcher in relief. Okay. Let's go back to setting up the game here. Coaching is off. Injuries are off. Player development is disabled. Trading is off. Disable automatic creation of free agents. We're not doing player roster expansion. Pitchers cannot win this MVP. Now we are eliminating the influence of popularity on the All-Star vote, and we're not going to vote. We're not retiring players having them miss seasons according to history. We're not importing historical rookies. We are not locking the modifiers. So our players will play as if they were 1962 versions of themselves. Okay, I think we're good. Let me make some mailbox adjustments here. And our de facto do not disturb. Okay, let's save this again. And I kind of do want to say this is a quick start, because if that Aguilera thing doesn't work out, I may want to resim this on another stream. Okay. I basically use quick starts like backups. I have a hard time restoring backups, so it's just easier to do it this way. All right, so where are we on the pack giveaway forums? Because we're about to start simming. Okay, if anyone else is working on the form, let me did I already drink all that water? I did. Let me run another couple minutes of ads so you can finish up your forms. While I go grab some more water. I'll just do a couple minutes this time. All right, looks like we're back from ads. And we did get another response in. So I'm going to go ahead and close the form now. Good luck, everybody. Let me hide the usernames and then resize everything real quick. All right. Will this team make it to the World Series? 4 say yes, 1 says no. Will this team have the best record in the majors? 2 say yes. Will this team win the World Series? 3 say yes. Will a player on this team win the Cy Young Award? 3 say yes. Will a batter on this team win the MVP? 3 say yes, but it's a different 3. All right, the numericals will save for later. Is this cutting off the edge of my OOTP? It looks like it is. Okay, there we go. All right, there we go. Okay, so now that the guesses are in, let's go ahead and roll it a day ahead. That'll generate the preseason predictions. And let's see what those predictions are. It is an MLB report, preseason predictions. Okay, the AL, the White Sox and Twins are projected to tie. Very different profiles. The White Sox with 90 home runs projected, 91 steals. The Twins with 177 home runs and 42 steals. Both with similar runs against in pitching, though. Okay. In the NL, these Mets are projected to win 90 wins. Very, very good compared to the 40 they actually won. But still projected to trail the San Francisco Giants with 103 wins. For top hitters, we have one hitter projected to crack the top 10. That's Keith Hernandez. He is projected at 335. On the pitching side, I thought the pitchers would fare better. Only Gooden is projected to be in the top 10. He's projected to be 17-14 with a 3.26 ERA and 186 strikeouts. Really nerfing that strikeout total. All right, well, let's see what happens. I'm very interested now to see what happens here. In the 199 episodes since we did this sim, I've learned a lot about normalization and what it's like to turn that on and turn it off, and just in general too about how the eras work. So this will be fun to kind of see how it works out now. All right, we are in April, so we're going to get almost a full month right away. It's crazy just seeing one NL. There's no division, so it's all or nothing. Rookie of the Month, Roger McDowell. And Player of the Week, Keith Hernandez. I don't think McDowell was a rookie this year, but sometimes weird things happened in these import situations. Keith Hernandez, during the week, hit .516 with no home runs, 5 RBI, and scored 2 runs. He's hitting .382 for the season. Oh, let's show leaderboards. We have to do that. He's hitting .382, but he's still not in the top 3. 2 guys are hitting .400. All right, let's do another month. Oh, we are 11-8, 2 games behind the Cardinals and the Dodgers. Doing pretty well. Jumped up to second place after dropping down to 5th or 6th. All right, we're now 29-20, 4 games behind the Cardinals. The Giants, who are projected to win 100 games, are at 27-23. We don't have any batting leaders, and we only have one top 3 ERA pitcher, and Roger McDowell is tied for second in saves. Now, one thing I will say, this happens a lot when I sim with the 86 Mets. It does support a view I have that Mets team, other than an elite pitching rotation in terms of depth and strength, was not really very strong in other aspects. No one hit 30 home runs. It was more of a team that didn't have any holes versus a team that was really strong in anything other than starting pitching. And when you sim it, you really see it. You don't really get a lot of league leaders from this team. All right, let's roll another month. Oh, we're keeping it close. We're tied. We're in first place. Amazing. We went on a 12-game winning streak. Darryl Strawberry wins Batter of the Month. Danny Heap, he was an expert pinch hitter for that 86 Mets team. 4 consecutive pinch hits by Danny Heap. And 22 scoreless innings by Ron Darling. Let's check out this Darryl Strawberry Player of the Month. For the month, he had 340 with 9 home runs, 28 RBI, and 23 runs scored. He has 16 bombs in the season and a 299 average. Strawberry is now third in RBI and second in OPS. Ojeda is still third in ERA and third in pitcher WAR. It's interesting that he's outperforming Gooden, Darling, Fernandez. All right, let's. Well, we're in July now. When is the All-Star break? All right, let's sim to the All-Star break. We are 7 games ahead now at the All-Star break. Magic number is 69. Very nice magic number there. And we have to play one more game to actually get to the All-Star break. 59 and 30, 663 win percentage. That would also put us in the top of the AL too. So currently we are the best record in the major leagues. Home run challenge. I think Strawberry might be in here. He is not. We have no representation in the home run challenge. Frank Howard, Frank Robinson, Harry Bright, and Hank Aaron advance. Willie Mays has been knocked out 15-9 by Frank Robinson. Frank Howard knocks out Frank Robinson, and Harry Bright knocks out Hank Aaron. And Frank Howard wins it 17-10. All right, let's sim ahead to the All-Star game. And let's look at the All-Star voting. Gary Carter finishes third in All-Star voting at catcher. Wally Backman second in All-Star voting at second base, platooning. He is hitting .330 with 2 home runs. He did hit 320 in the season in '86. And of course his profile should reflect that. No one at third base, no one at shortstop, no one in left field, no one in center field. Darryl Strawberry second in voting in right field, although he has half as many votes as Frank Robinson. 18 home runs, 284 average. No starting pitchers. We know that's problematic, though. We have issues with the voting here. Although these stats actually look decent for what we normally see. Did we get snubbed? Let's consider our pitching stats. Darling is 10-4 with a 3.12 ERA. Gooden is only 7-8. Ojeda is 8-5 with a 2.5. Ojeda probably could have made it. Aguilera did get 7 starts, so this does seem to be working, having him as an emergency starter. Okay. Oh, let's see. Oh, yeah, we need to see who got chosen for the All-Star game. All right, let's see. Ojeda was selected. Wally Backman was selected. Darryl Strawberry was selected. Keith Hernandez was not. So only 3 Mets are selected to the All-Star game. All right, let's see what happens to the All-Star game. The NL wins 2-0 on a 5-hit shutout. Let's see how our players did. Bob Ojeda did get an at-bat after coming to the game as a pitcher. Strawberry drew a walk as a pinch hitter. Wally Backman went 0 for 0. And on the pitching side, Bobby Ojeda pitched 1 clean inning, 7 pitches. No hits, no walks, no strikeouts. All right, let's get back to the sim. Let's finish out the month of July. Ten-game win streak by Rick Aguilera in that swingman role. Let's see if it's continuing to use him wisely. 10-3. He has gotten 10 starts out of 32 games, so this actually is looking like the right profile for him. McDowell and Orozco appear to be effective out of the pen. They each have a 2.10 ERA. They have identical whips too, a 1.11. Same whip, same ERA. That's awesome. I got a screenshot. That's funny. Okay, let's go to the month of. Let's sim the month of August. Oh, did they have the same innings pitched? I don't know. We can look at the screenshot and see. That would be interesting. Oh no, we've fallen to third place now. We're now 3.5 games behind the Giants. After cruising for a while in first place, and we have no one on the leaderboard. Gone ice cold, 4-6 in the last 10, lost 1 in a row. 77-62, 554 win percentage after we were in the high 600s. Now, we're only 2 behind in the win column, but being behind in the loss column is rough because you can't unlose games. Okay, the regular season ends on the 30th of September, so let's go week by week now. All right, we're 3.5 games behind. Jeff says the 86 Mets have gotten used to modern facilities and amenities. They've lost that during their time travel. All right, next week. We're now 4.5 games behind. We've dropped to 4th place. The Dodgers, in the meanwhile, have gone 10-0 and are on a 13-game winning streak. Jeez. And we still have no one. Okay, we have McDowell is second in saves. Seven and a half games behind. I don't think there's any catching the Dodgers at this point. There's only 13 days left in the season. Oh, we're up to second place, but we're 4.5 games behind. The magic number is 2. Okay, so there's only one AL game today. All right, here we go. Mets are playing the Braves. Dwight Gooden on the mound. Gooden 12-13. And we're chasing the Dodgers, right? Yeah, we're 4.5 games behind the Dodgers. Oh no, the Dodgers are facing expansion Houston Colt 45s. Oh, Houston comes through and wins 3-1. All right, we have a chance here now. Don't blow it, Doc. Oh, the Mets lose in 10 innings, 7-6. Oh, heartbreaker. How deep did Gooden pitch in that game? He went 7 2/3. McDowell came in for a clean third, and then Orozco loses it. Man. Hank Aaron hit a run-scoring double off Orozco. Walk-off. All right, so now we're tied with the Giants, 4.5 games behind. Dodgers magic number. Oh, I guess the Dodgers magic number is still 2 because even though we lost, the Giants didn't lose. Man, that was our big chance to pick up a game. All right, so now we got to find, where are the Dodgers? Are they not playing today? Okay, they are playing Houston again. Come on, Houston. Can you come through again? No, Houston loses, so the LA's magic number is now 1. The Giants are also in this hunt. The Giants lose. Ojeda, 13-14. Okay, we win 8-6. So we don't gain any ground, but the magic number stays at 1. Oh no, they clinch. How did they clinch? We won our game. Is it because the Giants lost? All right, we've been eliminated. And we'll finish today. And we'll finish the regular season. All right, 4 games behind. 1 more game to go. All right, well, we finished second place, 4 games behind. There are no playoffs, so we don't get into the postseason. Wait, did they already play the World Series? Did I sim the... Why? Oh, no, these are the matchups. Okay. All right, the Dodgers beat the Tigers 6-5. Actually, I like the scores be better. Oh, and extra innings. Oh, the Tigers scored 1 in the top of the 12th, and the Dodgers come back and score 2 in the bottom of the 12th. Man. That's true. The Tigers do have the Cocaine Tiger logo this season. That is one of the more amazing logos. All right, game 2. Mossy versus Drysdale. The Dodgers win 1-0. Even if they get 3 hit, they win the game. Drysdale goes 9 innings, no earned, 6 hits, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. Frank Howard got the lone RBI for the Dodgers to win the game. Okay, travel day in Detroit now. The Tigers come back with 4 in the bottom of the 9th to win it 7-6. They were on the verge of being down 3-0, but pull out 4 runs in the bottom of the 9th to win it. Yeah, right. The Dodgers scored 1 run in the top of the 8th and said, "All right, put in the subs. Time to hang on." All right, 2-1 now, making it a series. No, Dodgers win again though, 3-1. Frank Howard doing work. He was 4 for 5 in this game, driving in 2 runs. All right, this could be the series clincher. Oh, you would think there's no one else you'd rather have on the mound than Sandy Koufax for your series clinching game, but the Tigers scored 3 in the bottom of the 8th and 2 in the bottom of the 9th to win 9-8. Three games to 2 now, forcing a game 6. Travel day as they head back to Los Angeles. Mossy versus Drysdale. And the Dodgers win the series 4 games to 2. On the strength of a Don Drysdale almost shutout, 8 1/3 innings of shutout ball, 9 hits, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. Future pitching coach Ron Perranoski comes in for the save. Show us the trophy. There it is. The Dodgers win it 4 games to 2. All right, let's check out some postseason awards. That is part of the pack giveaway. So let's save right now because the season's over. And let's go to the Great Glove Awards. The divisions were added in 1969. I know that because that's when the Mets won, and they won the first time they had divisions. Yeah, I just happen to know that, Jeff, because of the Mets. It's not something I would have known otherwise. Season score of 718 for a team that originally won 40 games. So that's pretty good. Right, this team was 40 and 120. We bring in the 86 Mets, they go 92 and 70 and finish 4 games out of the World Series. Pretty good. Pretty good. All right, Great Glove Awards. We win 3. Wally Backman at second base. Ojeda on the mound. Keith Hernandez at first, not a surprise. Wally Backman at second, a little bit of a surprise, even though we see from the perfect team card that he does have very good defensive ratings in multiple positions on that card. So he does win a Gold Glove for us. Nicely done, Wally. All right, let's go ahead to Reliever of the Year now. Who are our candidates? We have Roger McDowell and Jesse Orosco. They've definitely fallen off the form they were showing earlier this season. 10-3, 21 saves, 2.51 ERA for Orosco. For McDowell, but I don't think that's going to cut it. Maybe he'll get a vote or two. A voting point or two, not a first place vote. Okay, let's go back to the mailbox and see. Stu Miller, Disco Stu of the Giants, wins 18 first place votes. Ron Perranoski gets the other 2 first place votes, and we do not get any votes for Reliever of the Year. Stu Miller went 12 and 10 with 17 saves. Let's see. He appeared in 68 games, did not start any, and went 12 and 10. That's amazing. Most starters now won't get 22 decisions. He fished in relief and got 22 decisions plus 17 saves. That's amazing. 2.1 WAR out of the bullpen. Now that makes me wonder who won in the AL. Dick Redatz swept the first place votes, 5-9, 28 saves, 2.51 ERA. So McDowell's ERA wasn't far off from being competitive. All right, next up is Platinum Stick Awards. We might be in the running for... No, we didn't get any. Yep. I'm telling you, this Mets team is not elite for anything but starting pitching. Rookie of the year. Now it looked like it was treating Roger McDowell as a rookie. But McDowell pitched 127 innings in 85. So this is a weird thing that sometimes happens when we do these imports. The game seems to mess up a lot of their rookie statuses for whatever reason. All right, so Len Dykstra finishes second in voting. Dykstra hit 264, well below the, I think he hit 290 in 86. Well, let's find out for sure. 295. 295. Definitely off that pace. But very good, getting second place, 58 points in the Rookie of the Year voting. Next up is Cy Young. Now, do we have any candidates? Sid Fernandez ends up going 17-8 with a 2.86 ERA. Dwight Gooden finishes 13-13 with 202 strikeouts and a 3.64 ERA. Ojeda was having a very good season, but he finishes 14-14. 3.19 ERA. So yeah, I don't think we really have any legit candidates here, except maybe Fernandez. I don't think he'll win, but I think he'll get some votes. Ricky Aguilera in his swing role, 45 games, 16 starts. This is actually pretty close. I think he had 20 starts in real life. So the way we set it up did seem to work. 12-6 with a 4.52 ERA. All right, let's see what happens here. Cy Young Award. We did not win it. Koufax, 16 first place votes. Drysdale, 3 first place votes. Bob Gibson, 1 first place votes. We did not get any votes. Koufax was a 19-7 and a 2.57 ERA. But I bet he coupled that with a ton of strikeouts. Yeah, 281 strikeouts. All right, next up is the MVP. Again, this team is not built for MVP awards. Gary Carter led the team in home runs with 28, 279 average, 818 OPS. Howard Johnson second in home runs. What happened to... Oh, wait a second. Oh, here's Darryl Strawberry way down here. 35... All right, Darryl Strawberry led the team in runs. 35 home runs, 293 average, 945 OPS. Let's sort by OPS. There we go. I mean, if he had a slightly higher average, I'd say he might be an MVP candidate, but this is a solid season. Actually, way better than his real 86 stats were. Carter about on par with, I think, what he did in real life. Maybe a slightly higher average, a few more home runs, but this is about what he did. And then Keith Hernandez ended up hitting 299. Wally Backman very close to his actual 320 average here. All right, let's go back to the mailbox and see how we do. We did not win. Strawberry comes in. He did get votes. He came in 1, 2, 3, 7th in MVP voting. Gary Carter also further down the list. So Frank Robinson wins the award. 45 home runs, 364 average, 137 RBIs. Yeah, those kind of triple crown numbers are what you're up against. So Strawberry's season was not going to cut it. Did Frank Robinson win a triple crown? I'll try to get 3 of these on one slide or one screen. There we go. So Frank Robinson, Lisa Lee. Oh no, he had 45 home runs. Hank Aaron hit 52. Willie Mays hit 51. And Aaron had one more RBI than him. So not far from a triple crown, but I mean 7 home runs is quite a bit behind. All right. Well, I think we have enough information now for the pack giveaway. All right. Oh, wait. Before I do that, let me unhide just the Twitch names. All right. Here we go. Will this team make it to the World Series? We had one naysayer, and Fox Hill is right. Fox Hill Dim wins right off the bat, 7 packs. Everyone else now is playing for second place. Rick something. We'll look at Diker splits in a second. Let me do the pack giveaway and we'll jump back to that. Sorry I missed your message in the chat about that. Alright, will this team have the best record in Major League Baseball? We did not. So Jeff the Jar and Clay Dog still in the running for second place. Will this team win the World Series? No. So Clay Dog wins it right there. We'll finish out the guessing, though, just to see how everyone did. Will this team have win a Cy Young Award? No. Will this team win an MVP? No. How many regular season games will this team win? We ended up winning. Was it 90? We won 92 games. Clay Dog was 7 over. Fox Hill was 13 below. So Clay Dog is the closest there. What will be the highest WAR generated by any of this team's players? We'll start with pitchers. Their WAR tends to be lower. The best pitching WAR on the team was 6.2 by Gooden. And the best batter WAR was 4.9 by Strawberry. So Gooden actually put in the highest WAR with a 6.2. Clay Dog was 2 over. Fox Hill was 3.4 behind or below. So Clay Dog is the closest. What was the highest batting average of the player who led the team in batting average? You needed 100 plate appearances. No, 300 plate appearances. Lee Mazzilli hit 374, but only had 160 plate appearances. So Wally Backman hit 322. Kayaki Santa very close with a 324. And Fox Hill even closer with a 321. Wow. Nice guesses, everybody. What will be the regular season ERA of the pitcher who leads the team in ERA? That would be McDowell had a 2.51, but he did not have 100 innings. Sid Fernandez had 2.86. 2.86. Jeff the Jar with 2.23 is the closest. And finally, what is the best regular season OPS on this team? Lee Mazzilli again had a 1.005, but he did not qualify. Next up is Daryl Strawberry with a 945. Kayaking Santa with a 955. Very close guess. Good guesses, everybody. But yeah, our first place winner is Fox Hill. And oh yeah, Clay Dog, that would have made sense maybe with your other answers too, but at least you got second place. Second place for Clay Dog. You know what, Clay Dog, you still would have finished in second place anyway, because if you had guessed no here, you still would have gotten the Cy Young one wrong, and Fox Hill still would have won first place. But we would have probably respected your guessing ability a little bit more. All right, Rick something wanted to see Dykstra's splits, so let's put that back up on the screen. Len Dykstra. Batting stats. All right, VL, he had 312 with a 945 OPS. And VR, he had 261 with a 727 OPS. Wow. It was actually reverse split. That's interesting. He hit the lefties much better. So much for platooning him with Mookie Wilson. Way to go, Davey Johnson. All right, well, that was pretty fun. That was a recreation of the first thing I ever simmed and streamed on Twitch on OOTP. And 199 episodes later, we did it again. That was pretty fun for me. All right, I hope you all enjoyed that. It is getting late. I did want to get some rest, but should we do a pack ripping session? I don't know. How many people are still around? Does anyone want to see a pack ripping session, or should we call it a night? I'm sure by now you all have your drops. Let's call it a night. We're going to do plenty of pack ripping tomorrow. Especially now that we're starting at 12:30 Pacific time. In case anyone joined us a little bit later, tomorrow we are doing this, but we are now starting at 12:30 Pacific time, right after the main channel. Dr. Dynastic is not going to go on his own channel. Instead, he's going to raid over to us, and we will take that mothership audience through, I guess if I can make it, 12 and a half hours of streaming. It was going to be 8 to 10 hours, but it's now going to be significantly longer. We'll have several guests. Hopefully that'll help me save my voice a little bit. And we'll have lots of pack ripping sessions in between. We have some folks playing community games, so it should be a lot of fun. Hope everyone can join us. 5 hours of special drops. Andy, I guess for you it would be today. For me, it's tomorrow. Nope, for me it's also today. It is 1 a.m. It is Friday at 12:30 p.m. Pacific time. So right after noon Pacific time on Friday. Whatever that translates to for you, Andy. But yeah, I think it will be your today. So come hang out with us, get your special drops, try to win some pack giveaways. And I'll also want to have a couple of other streamers come on to talk about their streams. In particular, AW and Kayaking Santa, who are not yet OOTP affiliates. But they do stream OOTP, and I would like to get them some exposure. Uh-oh, is my Twitch glitching again? I think it might be. Oh, I think it is. Every once in a while, Twitch stops recognizing me as being logged in, and I can't do any commands. Now, one way I can check on that is if I try to claim a pack, it will not let me do it. Yeah, Twitch is glitching again on me. I hope this doesn't happen tomorrow. I also think that means we can't raid. Although, yeah, because I don't think my moderator can raid. I've set myself up as a mod on my other account, but I bet I can do a shout out though. All right, so my alt was able to do a shout out. AW. He knows a lot about the base game engine and how it works because of the analytics he did for which league? What did he do? PBE, I think. And so his stream has a lot of that in it, and he streams every once in a while. I'm sure it's a chicken or the egg, right? Like, it's easier to stream more if you're an affiliate because you have the support of the community and the drops. So, but hopefully we can get that going for him. And then as soon as the cooldown's over, I'd like to give a shout out to Kayak and Santa, who also streams OOTP once in a while. And hopefully he can do that more as an affiliate. I really like that Kayaking Santa does physical card pack rips. I have to wait 42 more seconds before we can shout out Kayaking Santa. Okay. Well, I'm going to look for someone to raid into just in case. This is our last chance to raid into Ophi before the weekend. Andy just hopes Kayaking Santa kayaks in costume. Kayaking Santa might be a little tired right now. He just had his big day. Let me see if the cooldown is over yet. There we go. There's a chat. So both of their links now are in the chat. If you can give AW and Kayaking Santa some follows, I'm sure that would help them on their path to OOTP affiliate. And let me see. I don't think this works, but I'm going to see if my alt can raid us. Yeah, I guess that's one ability alts or moderators do not have. Yeah, I'm still on Twitch glitch. It comes without warning and it resolves without warning. But right now we're in the middle of it, so... yeah, I definitely hope this doesn't happen tomorrow. I have no idea what causes it or what fixes it. So I'm at the mercy of the randomness of Twitch tomorrow, whether or not we get this glitch or not. But yeah, so we can't raid you anywhere, but hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. In less than 12 hours, I'll be doing this stream again. So we'll see you then. All right, have a great time. Thank you for spending time with me tonight, and hope to see you tomorrow. Come get your extra drops and pack giveaways.